you just pull one of these off, twist it, whatever. Well, lots of this different things for a drip irrigation is pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't have a green thumb and you're just an average Joe like me, hey, you can fix these things like this. You don't have to call up your landscaper or your monthly lawn service guy and tell him about it, unless of course he says, oh yeah, that's included. Anything like that, you just let me know and I'll fix. Well, that's one thing. But if they don't fix it, you just go to the hardware store and buy a few things. Okay, so I've got this tip. I could put it right in this end, or I can put it over here. And I'm thinking, I don't really think I'm gonna plant anything right there. And if I did, I could always pull this out later. So see, I can pull this out right there. Oh, that's why you need a pair of pliers. You see, you pull that off of there, and that's a little coupling piece there. And lots of times it's hard to pull this section off unless you cut this and then squeeze that. See, I could save that. I could save this piece for something later on, or I can poke it back in if I don't want it. Put the cap on there. I could take this cap here with my pliers and I just hang on to it like that and poke it in here. See? There. That's it. Fixed. Or I could put that end right on here, and if I did do a plant later on, then I can pull the end cap on. I could take one of my bubblers and poke that here in the end. But I think I can just leave that like that. And see, I doubt I'm going to use something like this, but I mean, you never know. I can straighten it out. If yours doesn't straighten out, you can put it in the sun, let it heat up a little bit, and then do it. And I could take that end out. Now, if I wanted to take that end out, it's hard to pull them out. This has been set in here for years, and this house is about 18 years old. We just moved into it actually about a year ago. Now, the other tip probably sticks in as far as that, as the other side, so I can cut that off if I want to pull this off. Okay, and then I can save this little piece if I want. Okay, now to get that off, I can just basically pinch it off this edge about like that and just kind of push it on there and see if I can't like rip it off. It's been on there a while, huh? Yeah, this one's harder to do, but see, I just got it and kind of started cutting it off, and here you go. Here's the little piece, and look at that. I might have, did I do that? Might have grabbed too much of it. That's why you want to try to get just the edge of it off and rip that little piece off. And see, that's still a good piece. Never seen a coupling that small, because most of the couplings are like that other one I showed you before. This is how the couplings come nowadays. Like that. See, it's the same type of thing. And when you poke that into here, you just grab that with your pliers, poke that in, and then your pipe goes in on this other end. I've never seen them this Never seen them this small before. Okay, but I'm gonna save that. That's an extra little coupling. I'll save that. Stick it in my little bag of goodies. And that's it. I didn't have to do anything else. And I think what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to throw it in the sun and let it heat up. Let's see here. I'll take it and I'll just leave it there for now. I'll have to remember to get that, to pick that up later. Okay, so then now I got to decide, okay, what am I going to do with this? Let's look at this one here. What am I going to do with that one there? I know that's going to go, and it goes back over to this pipe. Okay, and that's just been sitting out there, and I don't know if I'm ever going to plant something there. I might plant something there. I know I've got plenty of water access to it, and here's this piece here. I don't exactly know why it's exposed like it is, but if I cover something up, then later on I'm going to want to remember where things are, right? In case I want to put a plant there later on or what have you. Okay, so let's just act as though I'm going to cover it up. Just taking my hammer. There, that's all I got to do. And this is going down pretty deep. See there, it's still going down that way, and it might curl back up and go over to this. It should, anyways. So that's why yeah. See, it's now curved around. So just dig it out a little bit extra. That way you can push it down without bending it too much. Especially if you don't know where your main pipe is. Okay, cover it up. Like if I had a little map of the backyard, I could mark where I've covered pieces up, or I could put a little flag somewhere. But eventually, when I get all done in the backyard, I want to remember where those types of things are, especially if I decide to do something later on. Because maybe I don't want to plant something right there. I want to plant something way over here. And then I can dig this up. I could take the tip off, put a little coupling on there, add a little piece of pipe, run it over there, and voila. Okay. So I could do the same. I could do the same thing with this piece. And if you need, let's say you don't have a big long piece like this, and you only need a couple little pieces. Maybe you only need a little piece, like that piece we already took out. Chances are you might have some things like this in your backyard. Because what I could do on this long piece, let's say I needed a piece this long. I could use it out of here, couldn't I? I could take this coupling out. I could take actually this piece out all the way to there, and then I could plug this back in from here to there and that end, and now I've got an extra 1/4 inch tubing that I can use. Okay, this piece here, if I leave it out, eventually somebody could step on this, or it could get pulled out, and then I'd have a leak right there. Okay, so under normal circumstances, I wouldn't leave something like that. I would go ahead and dig that under. And I can do the same thing with this pipe here. You see right there? I'm not quite sure why that's like that. And that's one thing I could do. I could dig that down just like I dug that one down. Okay, and get that in there. What else can I see now? When I look around, I could look at that. See there? Now on your landscaping, maybe you don't see any of these pipes. Maybe you have everything covered up. Well, they must have had lucky for me, I can see them. They must have had a plant right there is my guess, and it died. They took it out and they capped this off.